Having conversations with others is an essential aspect of social life. It is through conversations that we connect with others and form friendships, romantic relationships, and network professionally. But have you ever walked away from a conversation and thought, wow, that went really terribly. I should have said something funnier, or nicer, or smarter. If you have, you're not alone. Many of us experience uncertainty over how others view us, and we often underestimate how much people actually like us. This experience is known as the liking gap in communication. The liking gap is the gap between people's perceptions of how much others like them, which, as I mentioned, people typically underestimate, and how much others were actually liked. Why does a liking gap exist in the first place? Well, some researchers believe that it is due to the particularities of a conversation, including things like politeness, a fear of social rejection, and just being too harsh with our observed behaviors. So far, the liking gap has been observed between short and long conversations, and between new acquaintances, coworkers, and roommates. However, the liking gap has not yet been studied in online communication. So that's where my research comes in. My research focuses on whether a liking gap exists in online communication, such as when using text, audio, and video chat communication, when switching between these mediums, such as when starting a conversation in a text and then switching to a phone call, and then examining the differences between these mediums. So far, I have found that a liking gap does exist in online communication. People in my studies underestimated how much others liked them, mainly when starting in an audio or text communication and then switching to video chat. I have also found that despite there being a liking gap, people still work together effectively on a cognitive task. And previous researchers have found that when a liking gap exists, people are less likely to ask for help when needed. So now that many people have shifted and continue to shift to online communication, we might start seeing more of the negative effects of the liking gap. In work from home and online school settings, the liking gap might contribute to an increase in feelings of social isolation between classmates and coworkers, a decrease in team and academic performance, and a decrease in work and academic satisfaction. When you think people don't like you at work or school, it might make the experience less enjoyable or rewarding. In online dating settings, the liking gap might contribute to the premature ending of potential relationships. When you think the other person's just not that into you, you might start to lose interest yourself. And in the overall digital community, the liking gap might contribute to more negative conversations online. When you think someone online doesn't like you, it might be easier to engage in arguments. Once we understand the effects of the liking gap in online communication, we can focus on mitigating its negative effects. Thank you.